Welcome everybody to Radical Money with your host, Michael Garza. So my goal, as always, is to try to find a way to make you a ton of money while giving you the best opportunity no matter what. I don't believe in saving money. I only want to see you win. That is always my goal. Here at Radical Money, our goal every single time is to make sure you have an experience where you can, for instance, where you can understand money a little bit better, understand how to use your money properly to get assets, and like I said, we don't believe in saving money. So here's our first show. I wouldn't say first show, this is like our 5th episode or whatever. This episode, we're going to go over a few things. I want to talk to my age group here really quick. I want to call this episode Millennial Money. Millennials, my age group. I'm 31 years old. You guys don't know how to manage your money. You spend it recklessly. You spend it stupidly. Stop it. I know for a fact, because I am friends with horrible spenders, and they all happen to be millennials. And they all complain about how they don't have any money, or how they're not rich, but they go to coffee shops. And they go to all these places that basically they're wasting their money on things. They don't invest any of it. Here's my deal, and this episode is dedicated to the idea that you need to cut out your dumb habits. That's right, your dumb habits. Everybody's got them. I've got really shitty habits. I had to get rid of them. Now, the best way to get rid of a habit is to replace a habit. For instance, when I quit smoking, I did actually do a few techniques to make it to where I thought smoking was harmful for me, but I found a way to replace the shitty habit. And your goal is to always replace the bad habits, okay? It seems hard at first, trust me, it really does. But you can replace the bad habits any day of the week, trust me. So why do I tell you this? I want to see you guys feel better about yourselves. I want you guys to understand yourselves a little bit better. I want you to understand that you need to adjust the way that you're spending money. Now, what I do, when I first did this is about 5-6 years ago, I think, I made a list of all the stupid things I buy. All the stupid things I buy. Whether it was food-wise, whether it was drink-wise, whether it was material-wise, blah, 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 blah. And what I found was this. I was trying to fill a void through materialism. That's not good. The problem was, it took me a few mentors to realize this, and this is why I'm doing these shows, so I could be like a mentor to people for free. I will never ask for money from you guys. I will never ask you to donate. Although if you guys want to follow my referral links, I always appreciate it. My goal is not to make money off you guys. My goal is to help you guys make money for yourselves. This is the only true reason I make this show. But I also want to call you out on your shitty habits. The beauty is, I want to give you more value in this show than I get back in return. And truth be told, I just love being able to communicate a message to people and let them understand what they need to do. I know some of the stuff I preach can seem kind of hard, a little bit harsh. I'll admit it. But truth is, only reason I preach what I preach is because I know it worked for me. I started investing like crazy. That's what I did. I invested like a madman. I used my money to invest and invest and invest, and now I make money like crazy. I live below my means. Believe me. Actually, I challenge myself every day. The more money I make from investments and stuff, I challenge myself every day. How much can I reduce my means? Most people say you should expand your means when you make money. I say challenge yourself, because when you lower your means and you put yourself in positions where you're not as comfortable even in the way that you live. It's good to find peace and stuff like that where you live. You want to use your home not only as a sanctuary, but you also want to use your home as a building ground for yourself. So if you can make yourself less comfortable in your own home, you're preparing yourself in a way that you don't even realize. I, for instance, sleep with no pillow. Most nights I decide just to not sleep on anything at all, really. But no, I challenge myself. I try to get rid of comfort. And I want to tell everybody, get rid of your comfort. Get rid of it. Completely. If you can get rid of your comfort, I think, truth be told, you can do way more. I think you can feel better. I think you could do better. I think you could just... When you get rid of comfort, the world opens. I don't know how it all works, but the world opens when you get rid of comfort. You start thinking more. You're not in a complacent mode, because the problem with comfort is it keeps you complacent. And you don't want to be complacent. My goal is to make you see that complacency is not where you want to be. You know, complacency, it rears its ugly head all the time, right? Complacency is a real thing. It really is. And the reason I'm doing this lecture is not to just make you guys feel bad about your lives. I want you guys to do what I kind of do want you to feel bad, now that I think about it, because I felt bad. And I'm not trying to make you feel miserable because I was miserable. I'm trying to make you feel miserable about your habits, because it changes you. You can change because you realize you're making all these dumb moves. You're not putting yourself in the position to win. And it makes it to where you finally realize it's your fault. It's your fault. And it's beautiful. And the more you can blame yourself. There's actually a guy that millennials seem to like, but they don't seem to follow any of his practices. By the way, I say millennials derogatory-wise because I'm not a fan of my generation. I'll admit it. I'll be the first to raise my hand and say my generation is annoying. I wouldn't even say soft. They're actually kind of resilient. They're just annoying. You know, they do complain. My generation complains a bit about the world not being kind to them. They're always broke. Well, you're always broke because you're buying Starbucks. You're always broke because you're buying dumb shit. You know, my generation's fucking clueless. And like I said, my goal here is to encourage all of you guys to really think about how you're using your money, right? This is why I call it radical money. Because my ideas are technically radical these days. They are. Because nobody's fucking practicing them. And usually radical practices, by the way, sorry, I gotta adjust the lighting. The lighting's getting annoying. Now, the whole goal here is to make you realize you have options. You don't have to be like your parents. You don't have to be like everybody else. And in fact, if you act like everybody else, you'll have what everybody else has. And what everybody else has is pure debt, things they can't pay for. They're buying things with their credit cards they shouldn't be buying. And you know, and it sounds like a harsh criticism, and I'm criticizing because this is something most people, by the way, sorry about my poor production quality, as it always say, it'll get better. But here's the thing, I'm not thrilled with my generation, and I just want to see, my thing is, sorry you guys, technical difficulties somewhat. My bad. My mistake. My thing is, though, and I want to see this with my age group, I want to see you start taking more responsibility. Dude, I think everything that happens in my life is my fault. It is absolutely my fault. 110%, 120%, 200%. It's my fault. Anything that happens. If I get rear-ended by somebody, it's my fault. I shouldn't have been driving down that side of the road. I should have known this side of town was trouble. Why did I go at 2 p.m.? Why did I go at 3 p.m.? Yet I'm telling you, if you blame yourself for everything, it is an advantage. You have no fucking idea. And I use it to my advantage all the time. And I really do take the blame. A lot of the time, I know a lot of stuff is my fault. So sometimes it's tough to admit, sometimes I'm a little stubborn, but eventually I'm just like, yeah, you gotta realize, Mike, it's just you're bad. And I do this for myself all the time. I only tell you guys this because I do practice this. This is stuff I practice. Even if I don't say it aloud, I'm like in my head, God, that was my fault. That was my fault. That was my mistake. So my goal is to help you guys. It's always my goal. And especially my age group. I have a love-hate relationship with my age group. My age group, I think, is, for lack of a polite term, pussies. I really don't like my age group. I think my age group is very weak. quick to blame others when they should blame themselves. They think everything is the rich people's fault, the government's fault. Government ain't taking care of me. My job ain't taking care of me. Look, if you really want to take care of yourself, start a business. Most of these guys who started businesses, these big-time CEOs, were not so big-time when they started. Elon Musk is a great example. Bill Gates. These guys, Steve fucking Jobs, bootstrap fucking millionaires. Billionaires. Now, look, 80% or so millionaires did not have a silver spoon in their mouth. They grinded. They weren't comfortable. They didn't seek comfort. They didn't go out and get a fucking moe latte or whatever the fuck those things are called and go to Starbucks. So you know what they did? You know what they did? They went out. They grinded like hell. They had set really high goals for themselves. They thought as best they could. They were controversial. They did their thing. They slept on the floor. They worked their asses off. They had a vision. And if you really want to get a better life, stop being so fucking selfish. Stop, push through. No more excuses. I mean that. No more goddamn excuses. For your own sake. I'm making a plea to you. You don't have to answer to me, by the way. Just make a plea to yourself. Work. Believe me, I do practice what I preach. I really do take the time to make a better life for myself, and I try. I make all the efforts I can. Anyway, I want to thank you guys so much for taking the time to watch this video. I'm going to put out more episodes, doing more things. Like I said, I want to help you guys. Millennials, this is a pep talk. It was needed. You're my age group. I'm your age. I hate to say it. 31, I'm at the ass end of it. Final note for this video. Please, man. Start trying to get assets. Start being creative. Use your money wisely. Use it intelligently. Look up how to invest. Maybe start your own business. Something. There's so many ways. So many ways you can excel. But you gotta listen to people who are doing really well. I'm doing really well. I'm not like millionaire status or anything, but I'm doing really well. That's my point. Set big goals. I set big goals for myself. And try. It's okay to fuck up too. That's another thing about my age group. They're too academic. Too afraid to fuck up. Stop being afraid to fuck up and fuck up. It's okay to fuck up. Anyway, peace and love. I want to thank you guys so much for taking the time to view this video. As always, I'll always try to put out more content for you, make things better. My goal is to improve you. I didn't mean to make you feel bad too much, but I do want you to think. Thinking's important. Anyway, if you got through all this, I commend you. And I don't expect you to like me. Garza out. See you next episode.